Welcome into the ASUG News Studio. My name is Tom Wilgum, the co-host of the ASUG News broadcast studio here at Sapphire Now and ASUG Annual Conference. Well, we are absolutely delighted to have Chris Hayden in. He is an Australian, now living in Texas for quite a years, and he works for Ariba. Chris, welcome to the studio.
Thanks very much.
Chris,
Great to be here.
What is it that you do at Ariba right now?
Sure. Well, my role at Ariba is I'm the what we call the product owner for the Ariba Network. So that means the strategy, the features, and bringing those features to market in conjunction with our engineering and development teams.
So you've probably been a bit busy guy since the acquisition.
It's been a really exciting time with all part of the SAP family and learning like the potential is just an amazing opportunity.
Absolutely. So for those members who don't know Ariba,
Yep.
maybe we should just talk a little bit at the high level. How do you explain Ariba to someone who maybe doesn't know what you guys do?
That's great. The elevator speech.
Right.
Okay, so look, Ariba is one of the largest business trading network in the world. We connect more than 1 million trading partners together in more than 190 countries and manage 460 billion odd in spend. And it really is about simplifying business-to-business commerce. In many ways, when you think about the Facebook and connecting your social communities or your social graph, Ariba is all about the simplicity of connecting your business-to-business collaborations or your business graph.
Right. So talk a little bit about maybe, it's been since last October when it finalized.
Yeah.
What have been kind of the goals out of the gate for you guys to get that awareness, and how's it gone so far?
So really a part of the goals is aligning, I guess, our solution offering and our product offerings with that of SAP's. And so Ariba is pretty well and is only been the only cloud-based seamless source-to-settle product suite.
Yep.
And that really, coupled with our business network to connect intra-business collaborations, really provides a great platform for companies, to really extend their value. And we saw some of that value just before in the keynote presentation with a company like Disney.
Right.
And I think Disney's the perfect example of what we've learned on the journey since we've been part of SAP. We'd always connected SAP to our solutions in the cloud and our network. But now, since we've been, part of the same family, we're learning how to grow and expand those connections, collaborations with the whole suite of SAP's capabilities, products, whether they're on-premise and cloud solutions.
Right. Now let's talk just a little bit about the products that Ariba has and what you can offer companies today.
Sure. Well, like I said, number one, we firmly believe we can add value to any part of the enterprise and any part of the collaboration. So whether it's sourcing, whether it's contract management, whether it's procurement, whether it's master data management, we can bring all of those capabilities and enable enterprises to collaborate not just with their internal users, but their trading partners as well.
Right.
And a big part of that and underpinning that is the Ariba Network. And the Ariba Network is, as I mentioned before, a global deployed network, proven, managing $460 billion of spend with 1 million trading partners. So we just believe the ability to scale your businesses, to really unlock the, if you like, the inefficiencies between businesses to businesses is very important.
Right. And you also talk about this concept of connecting that last mile. I think that's a really interesting concept. Can you talk just a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of pointless to have a network unless you can get, if you like, all of the receiving demand and generating nodes onto the network. So, we've done an awful lot of work, and that's been a big part of our work since we have become part of SAP, is ensuring we have seamless integration firstly from our SAP ecosystem, but not just that, also all other ecosystems.
Right.
So we have connections, standard NetWeaver adapter connections for our SAP clients. We've also announced RDS packages to really accelerate and make the transacting experience move from almost like from an integration to an activation. And we also just announced as well, if we start looking at the SME side on the sell side, connection to Business One. 30, 40, 50,000 plus Business One users today, even more. Don't quote me that, I'm sure it's more. Connected seamlessly to the Ariba network. And so just having that collaboration starting to fly within the ecosystem is huge. But secondarily as well, we offer a raft of other capabilities through some of our partners like Dell Boomi to integrate even the smallest or largest systems if they're not SAP clients.
Right. Seamless integration is a word we hear a lot. Have you gotten some pushback from maybe some cynical core SAP on-premise users say, seamless integration, that can't happen. You guys have to work through that and show them the options and show it actually how that works to get them to buy into that.
Yeah, yes, we do. I think what we've been able to do is, by working closely with SAP and having certified adapters, what we're able to do is work with the IT or the CIO group to understand, let's focus on the outcome. Right. And the outcome is productivity. Right. The outcome is streamlining of that inefficiencies. So when we have a robust, scalable, certified connection, you can really focus on, as a business partner with the IT group, working with the procurement group, with the finance group, or with the supply chain group, or whatever group within the organization, to really focus on solving the inter-business collaboration challenges and release up those costs.
Right. Speaking of costs, price is always an interesting concept when it comes to software as a service or managed service. So, I'm sure there's a range, but if you can give our members just a little bit of a
sure. Well, like most cloud companies, we have a subscription-based pricing model. We really believe as well that there's balance and there's value for all participants. And so both buyers and suppliers pay as they go to connect and collaborate on the Ariba network, and for use of our applications, subscription-based pricing. And there's different models, whether it's per seat or per transactional value. But generally, the model that's familiar, that gives visibility and a very known total cost of ownership, and scale as you grow, is the core of our pricing.
Right. Some customers, SAP customers, I've been hearing, I'm sure, about the commitment to staying open from SAP and from Ariba.
Yes.
And we've heard that a lot, even this morning's speeches.
Sure.
So I'm wondering how Ariba fits in that. And you already mentioned working with non-SAP. Is that just a part of the strategy going forward?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, if you think about the network in itself, think about the concept of entropy, right? Closed systems come to rest. We want to grow the commerce across the network as much as possible. So if you look there's about $12 trillion of, if you like, addressable spend in the global 2000. 60, only 60%, still an amazing number, touches an SAP transactional system, but there's a further 40%. And so right now, today on the Ariba network, more than 30 or 40%, if you like, of the transactions and of the value are generated from non-SAP systems. And we continue to see that. This is about, the network is about collaboration and freeing the inefficiencies between trading partners, irrespective of the endpoint systems that they use. Now, of course, we want them to be SAP, and we have the seamless integration to the SAP ecosystem, but we're going to continue to maintain them into the rest of the other platforms as well.
How big can the network get? Like, how big do you guys? I mean, I'm sure you.
Sure.
Right. Huge, but I mean, what's the ceiling, the growth limit on it?
It becomes almost limitless, and I think this is the really exciting part, and part of the intersection that we're really excited about in Ariba with SAP. If you think about it, you can think of from a line of business perspective. Ariba's got some traditional, great history and use cases on procurement and finance. With the credibility and the number one leading capability in supply chain, we add that capability, we add that know-how into the Ariba network, and we can get into the supply chain. Sustainability, traceability, HR, you name it. So the scale, the size is the limit as we actually do more collaboration, because that's one thing that we really believe why the network is almost limitless. It's because whenever a commerce transaction starts at the edge of a business, we believe there's value that can be delivered from the network. And then when we layer that up with the capabilities from mobile and from HANA to actually take the next level of just not the collaboration, but adding intelligence to the network, we just think that's just a huge opportunity, whether it's supplier InfoNet or, like I mentioned, HANA or mobility. Just great pillars for us to build the network upon.
Last question for you then.
Sure.
How did someone get started? If they're just learning about the Ariba network, they're here maybe at Sapphire and they want to get to know more, where do they get started? What should they do?
Well, hopefully you just got a great idea from the keynote we just had there with Bob and Disney. I think that shows what a fantastic use case on the value that they can get unlocked. But we're really excited. We've got our own campus, the Business Network campus. and we've got a whole team of people ready to help you there. And irrespective of your discipline, if you want to talk about procurement, if you want to talk about finance, if you want to talk about logistics, you want to talk about supply chain, you want to talk about integration and connectivity, we've got all the experts here ready to talk to you to help them about and learn more. And demonstrations and obviously keynotes throughout the week.
Great. Well, Chris, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for watching ASUG News at Annual Conference and Sapphire Now. Come back for more videos in just a little bit.